proudly, I would say, managed to take 440 students or young people from Kenya to Israel through this program. And it is the reason today that we have the largest single cohort that is going to Israel for advanced studies in agriculture, comprising of 200 young men and women. At this point, allow me to also remind these students how I look. So the rest of it, I'll speak to you like this so that then we can communicate properly. Allow me to recall His Excellency President Kenyatta did make a successful state visit to Israel in February of the year 2016. And it is his visit with his host, the Prime Minister of the State of Israel, where they made a reciprocal state, who also later made a reciprocal state visit to Kenya the same year. Then the two heads of state did agree to get into, or to strengthen or to deepen the relationship between the two nations by signing two agreements. One was explicitly touching on training and capacity building in water and irrigation, which is now the famed Agreement on Water Resource Management, Technologies, Irrigation and Capacity Building. This was followed also by the second agreement, which is the Declaration on Collaboration in Water and Irrigation, also known as the Jerusalem Declaration, which the two heads of state entered into in February of the year 2016. It is the reason we are here today, because the two heads of state did express in very certain terms that they would like to deepen the relationship, and in the process they would like to have a very focused attention around capacity building in the space of water and irrigation. We could say the rest is history, because we have since grown from strength to strength, proud of the 440 students or young men and women who have since benefited through this program, which has indeed given us more flavor, more color, more skills, more resolve to develop the agriculture sector using current technologies, skills, and also imparting, like my colleague from the university has indicated, skills that go beyond agriculture. You're proud. I'm proud of you. You're lucky, and I congratulate you, because we have thousands of students who would have wanted to be in your shoes today. But for me, it's a conversation I've just had with Her Excellency on how we position ourselves to create or to build a critical mass of young men and women who would then ensure that this sector is not viewed as a sector where we only have old people. The other day I met an old friend of mine who has since retired. He's a lot older, but he has retired. And I met him, and he said, "Waziri, I need to come to your office." And I said, "Yeah, welcome." And I said, "What would bring you to my office?" He said, "You know, I've retired. I want you to give me land and skills to be able to go into farming. It is you who will make somebody like that tell me I'm coming for a cup of tea, and I'm coming alongside with my son or daughter so that they can move into farming. It is what you do with the knowledge and how you expose the same that is going to make my friend tell me my grandchild who is going to university is proudly going into agriculture so that he can set up an entrepreneurship enterprise, as opposed to going there because we have retired." I'll be brief in noting the following. While knowledge and imparting knowledge is the starting point of this program, the end game of this project is for you to have practical skills that will enable you, the young people, to venture into self-enterprise in the space of agriculture. Granted, of the 440, a couple of you are already working in the private sector, in consulting, in the counties, back in the national government. We celebrate those of you who have actually turned their knowledge and skills to be something beyond a white-collar job, that you have set yourselves up. And I really celebrate the alumni that has managed to venture, because the intention of this project is not to give us more people that come to look for jobs in Maji House. It is for you to go out and set yourselves up, train other youth in agriculture, apply the sophisticated skill set, and be able then to carry forth with the agenda on food security by His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm very happy to note that those of you who have come and moved into agripreneurship are already in profitable farming enterprises, using the skills that you have gained. I'm happy to note that in Kajiado, in Kisumu, in Migori, in Kiambu, just here, in Meru, in Tharaka Nithi, in Narok, in Siaya, we have the alumni out of this project doing extremely very, very well. I'm further proud of yourselves, and this goes to you who are involved in the selection process, that the students who have gone to Israel before you have brought home special merit awards because of outperforming the rest of the students from other countries. My challenge to you, young people, bring more medals. I think the count I have seen is not good enough. Bring more medals, because that is what Kenya is made of. You will meet colleagues from other countries, but given our appetite to develop the agriculture sector to be that more productive, to be the employer of choice, to be producing stuff for the export market like we have done, and remain top of the export markets, it will require you to come home initially with those medals, because I have no doubt the selection process has distilled those of you who will be able to do this. To you, Madam Ambassador, take our appreciations back to your country, to your Prime Minister, to the teams that are coordinating this project for us in Israel, telling them that the team that comes back home does come home with professional, theoretical, but also practical knowledge that is making a difference in this country. And that indeed, the approach that you take of learning by doing is exactly in sync with His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta's appetite to develop skills for particularly these young people. We look forward to scaling up this project. We look forward to working together with our partners. We look forward to creating the critical mass that is going to give us what agriculture in a modern setting or in the 21st century ought to be. And it will be because of the effort that you put. Wishing you the very best as you travel. Wishing you a very fruitful stay out in Israel. Committing. And the PS is already preparing my ticket that I will actually be the first to come and see what you're doing. I may not wait for what Professor Kiama will do, because Professor, and I recognize you joined us. You will be going to do the midterm review. For me, I will do what I am employed to do, walking about and doing my impromptu thing like I do with a project. This is my project. So I'll be able to make an impromptu, even as I see whether your prayers have begun yielding as a PS has told you. Allow me, in keeping with the protocol, recognize Professor.
Indeed, that is Water and Irrigation Cabinet Secretary Sicily Kariuki, not Margaret Kobia, there at Kibera Primary School, of course, launching that project, the Stop It campaign there. And of course, the campaign, guys, to tie what she's been talking about and what she's officiating, is that the young and the vulnerable continue to face all the challenges that can come at a worse time. Like now we are having COVID-19. And a lot could be done by even county governments, as Newton, you had put it.